Welcome to the So What Show business family. Let's get started with 11 ways to overcome procrastination. Easy tips to stop putting things off. Everyone has put off a task at some point in their life. Take, for example, this article that I had planned on posting yesterday. But have you ever wondered why you or others procrastinate? While some view it in themselves or other people as laziness, there might be something else at play. In psychology, it has long been believed that people who procrastinate have a faulty sense of time, that they think they will have more time to get something done than they actually do. While that may be true for some, more recent research suggests procrastination is linked to difficulty managing this stress. Specifically, it seems that task aversion is to blame. That is, when people view a task in an unpleasant manner, it will be tough, boring, painful. They are more likely to put it off. While procrastinators may be trying to avoid distress, this approach can ironically cause more distress in the long run. Procrastination can lead to increased stress, health problems, and poor performance. Procrastinators tend to have more sleep issues and experience greater stressful regret than non-procrastinators. What's more, procrastination can also hinder your self-esteem with the guilt, shame, or self-critical thoughts that can result from putting off tasks. If you struggle with putting things off, try any of these tips to get you on track. Number 1, get rid of catastrophizing. Get rid of catastrophizing. One of the biggest reasons people procrastinate is because they catastrophize or make a huge deal out of something. It may be related to how tough, how boring, or how painful it will be to complete the task. Whatever the case, the underlying theme is that doing the task will be unbearable. Unbearable. In reality, challenges, boredom, and hard work will not kill you or even make you sick. Procrastination, on the other hand, is associated with stress. Think of the stress you feel when you avoid making a phone call you know you need to make. So you keep things in perspective. Sure, this is not my favorite task, but I can get through it. Number 2, focus on your why. Focus on your why. Why? Procrastinators focus more on short-term gains, avoiding the distress associated with the task, as opposed to long-term results. The stress of not doing it, as well as the consequences of avoiding this task. Instead, try focusing on why you are doing this task. What are the benefits of completing it? If you've been putting off cleaning out a closet. Imagine walking into the closet when it is decluttered and how good that will feel. And consider how much money you will make by selling the items on eBay. Or how those in need will feel when they receive these items as donations. If it is an exercise program you have been avoiding, focus on how exercising will help you have more positive energy, give you a boost of self-esteem, and serve as a great role model for your children. Number 3, get out your calendar. I said, number 3, get out your calendar. Projects that will get done when I have time. As in, I will do it when I have time. Tend not to get done very often, if ever. You need to schedule when you are going to work on a project and block out that time. Just as you would an important meeting, a date, a great hobby, event, show. And when it is time to do your work, set a timer, so you can be focused for the entire allotted time. Number 4, be realistic. Be realistic. As you establish your schedule, set yourself up for success, not for failure. Projects often take much longer than expected, so bake in some extra time. Give yourself some time, man. It's you. Don't be so hard on yourself like you captain or sergeant and you preparing for a war. Give yourself a little time for a rest or thought or think or prayer or a drink of water. And look for ways to make it easier on yourself. If, for example, you are not a morning person, don't expect yourself to get up an hour early to start the exercise program you have put off for months. It might be better to schedule that activity during lunch or before dinner. Number 5, chunk it. That's right. Chunk it. Chunk it. When a task seems overbearing, procrastination often follows. So how can you break that task into smaller, more manageable parts? For example, if you want to write a book, you may choose to make an outline, a skeleton, identify each chapter, each section, figure out the sections in the chapters, and then commit to writing one segment at a time. Sometimes you might have to just start out with the first sentence. Just put the theme on it, each chapter. Now, just write one sentence for each chapter. Now, write one paragraph for each chapter. Now, let's go back to the first chapter, because we done chunked it, and get started. Don't wait tomorrow. Do it today, because you just might not have tomorrow to do what you could have did today. And you got the time, so you done chunked it up, so do it. Chunking it down like this will help you feel less overwhelmed and more empowered. Number 6, excuses be gone. Excuses be gone. No time for excuses. Do any of these sound familiar? I need to be in the mood. I will wait until I have time. I work better under pressure. I need X to happen before I can start. When I ain't got nothing else to do, then I'll get started. I need to do this and that before I can get started. Stop it. Be honest with yourself. These are excuses. Sure, it might be nice to be in the mood, but waiting for that to happen can mean you will never start your project. Just get started. Don't wait. If you just got to if it's on the screen, just put the screen up there. If it's in a book, just open it up to the book chapter. If it's something that you need to get done in a day, just write it up on somewhere as soon as in the bathroom or in the kitchen, because you know you're going to be going by it at least once or twice a day, somewhere that you're going to be passed through. So put it right there in front of your own face so you can see it. Just look at it. You might walk by it all week, but it's starting to dwell and seed inside of your mind. And then it may come to an instant where a person may be about to do the same thing. You know, I need to be doing that too. Let's go on and do it together. You know, so you go out and ride around and you see somebody doing or accomplishing the goal that you need to be doing and done. And it inspires you to go on and get to it. Because you've been walking by it and it ain't out of your mind. It's at the forefront of your mind. Number 7, get a partner. Establish specific deadlines for completing the task. Then find someone who will help you be accountable. It could be a promise to your boss or client that you will complete the job by a certain date. Or it may be a coach who helps you stay on track. Or simply find an accountability partner. In this relationship, you connect with someone on the phone, for example, at certain time intervals, such as once per week, and commit to what you will be commit to what you would do before your next meeting. Not wanting to go back on your word. Keep your word to yourself. Bless yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself kind. Because if you can't keep your word to yourself, how you going to be keeping your word to somebody else? And you talking about business. Can you imagine if Amazon said was not keeping their word, and you go to get your product on that date and it wasn't there, like, oh man, I forgot. Can you imagine if the electricity company didn't keep their word and they said they was gonna not turn your lights out and put you on a contract and you could pay this amount at this time and this amount at that time, and your lights just went out because they didn't keep their word? Can you imagine T-Mobile, Sprint, any of these mobile services not keeping their word and saying that we'll turn your phone on after you pay this bill for these brand new phones we giving you, and you get the phones and your phone don't come on? Can you imagine the bank not keeping their word and putting your money into your bank account, and then you get the receipt back and it shows that you ain't got 1 penny in your bank account? Why? You'd be pissed, wouldn't you? Because that's business. Let's keep it business then. It's not personal with yourself. when it's dealing with business. See, that personal, treating yourself good, treating yourself out, having fun, play, that's all good and dandy. But you also got to take care of business with yourself. You see how some people say, I ain't playing. I ain't the one to play with. I am, because they business fied about themselves. The ones that's just playing all the time. All the time. Playing with themselves. And wonder why they don't get nothing accomplished. Playing with their time. Playing with their life. Playing with their family. Playing with their soul. Playing with their self. Not trying to go demeanor, but when people say, you playing with yourself, you must be playing with yourself. And all that stuff. No, that ain't no business, right? It's a pleasure. All right then, let's keep it business. Can we do that? Can we? Okay. Now let's get back to it. Not wanting to go back on your word. This can be a great way to squash procrastination. Note, in an effort to save your relationship with your significant other, I recommend this person not be your partner. You don't want to lack or follow through to cause tension between you. Number 8, optimize your environment. Optimize. What's his name? Optimus Prime. Optimus. To the max. And he is a prime. In his prime. He's in his prime and he optimizing everything about himself. Making him as a leader. You in your prime and you're not optimizing yourself. You over there lagging and slagging, slugging and sliding. Are you serious? And you wonder why nobody ain't following you. You wonder why you not a leader. You wonder why people don't see you as a leader. But you're not optimizing yourself in your prime. Hello. So you want a leader. You want a leader? Why not you be the leader? What, you saying you can't optimize your time? Optimize yourself? Huh? You saying this ain't your prime time? You saying you out your prime? Because you old? Why is that? I know some old folks say, I'm going to go out stronger than I came in. That's Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I done seen some brothers and sisters older than me. Top shape, muscle bound. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He lagged off a little while. He looked like he done got out of that politics and started shaping right back up. Optimizing right back up. But you, over there sitting on the couch. You out there just hanging out on the corner. You over there on the side of the building. You over there hanging with your homeboys. You over there hanging with your girls, girlfriends, your besties. For the hot summer. You can't optimize in your prime, though. I think you can. So let's get into it. Your environment can help or hinder your productivity. Beware especially of technology, such as your email or messenger that keeps pinging to let you know someone has reached out. Sometimes you just got to take the phone and put it away. Don't talk nobody that day. Don't text nobody that day and get your stuff done. I know it's hard sometimes, but sometimes you just got to do it. It's also a help to help you check yourself, because you never know when you may not be able to use that phone or make that text. How are you able to adjust? How can you adjust? Do you have pen and paper around? Man, I got my phone. You ain't got nothing to write down nothing with. Somebody was gonna give you a phone number. You was gonna put in your phone, but you ain't got your phone. Your phone. This is a phone off day, but you ain't got no pen and paper. You should have had your pen and paper. See, it helps you be more on a survival mode as well. You never know when something may happen. You don't have your phone. You never know when it comes to that technology. So prepare yourself. Beware especially of technology, such as your email or messenger that keeps pinging to let you know someone has reached out. Social media, internet, research that leads you far off track, and phone calls can lead to procrastination. So try this. During your scheduled block of time for working on a particular task, close your email and IM. Turn off your phone, or at least set it on Do Not Disturb, and put it out of sight. And don't let yourself get on the web until you have completed the task, or hold off any necessary internet searches until the end. Can you do that? Man, that's hard. Well, you think that's hard? Look at your elders then. Look at your elders, because we didn't have the technology like you have. We had to wait till we got home to use the phone. We got to the beepers. And then when we got to the beeper, we still had to get the beep and then get to the phone and pay to get on the phone. And then when we got the phone, we had to get the phone. We couldn't be on the phone all day because we would run out of time. Look at your elders before you now. But you don't want to respect your elders. And you don't see how easy you got it today. Hello. Let's get a wake-up call. You should be saluting your elders. In some way, shape, or form. You can't find nothing. You can't find nothing they ain't done and went through hard to make it better for you. Huh? Number 9. Reward good behavior. Reward good behavior. Celebrate. Get with your favorite food or your favorite dessert. Put it up in there and put a lock and key on it and say to yourself, keep your word to yourself, I'm not going to open this, or I'm not going to eat this. I'm not going to do this until I do that. Reward yourself. Okay? For the good. Not for the bad. You ain't even did nothing. You over there just enjoying everything all day, every day. Ain't done nothing. Establish a reward if and only if you do what you set out to do. Do not let yourself binge that new Netflix show, check your social media, or get lunch until you complete what you schedule. You got to be like a parent to yourself sometime. You ain't getting it until you do the such and such. Don't touch it. If you ain't did your homework, don't turn on that TV. You know what I'm talking about. So instead of using these tasks and distractions to procrastinate, make them contingent on you actually finishing what you schedule yourself to do. See? Don't take it as a loss. Take it as an advantage. Take it as a win. Become winner. Win for yourself first. If you can't win for yourself first, you cannot win for nobody else. And then if you win for everybody else and don't win for yourself, how foolish is that? Everybody getting wins but you. You taking all the losses. You're talking about taking one for the team, look like you taking them all for the team. Number 10, forgive yourself. Stop beating yourself up about the past. Thoughts such as, I should have started earlier, or I always procrastinate. I'm such a loser. will only make matters worse. Research shows that forgiving yourself for past procrastination will help you stop putting off working on a task. You can try to use past procrastination to your advantage as well. How? Determine what went into your avoidance. Was it fear, stress, not having a good understanding of how to progress, lack of ability, accountability, and so on? Then address those obstacles in the present and future. If, for example, it was fear that contributed to your procrastination, what steps can you take to feel more empowered and less fearful next time around? Well, they say you only fear what you don't know, what you haven't no knowledge of. So gain the knowledge of it. Conquer it. Don't bussy out. Don't be scared. Don't be no kitty cat. Scary cat. Why is a cat soft? You need to be something hard and firm. And when you're hard and firm about something, my dad hard, he firm. What do that mean? What does that mean? He ain't scared of you. He sure ain't. My dad sure ain't scared of me, cause he hard and firm. My mama hard and firm. Oh, and if you was to say the opposite, oh, my dad soft when it comes to me. Oh, my mom soft when it comes to me. Sound like, what that sound like? Really? They that soft? They sound like they scared of you something. No, I ain't scared of you. I know you before you was here, before you was born. What you ate, the first thing you said, I changed your diapers. I took you here. I showed you how to do that. I corrected you when you was wrong. They know everything about you. That's why they firm. You supposed to know everything about whatever you're afraid of to be firm. Okay? Now last and not least, the best for last, number 11. Drop the perfectionism. Drop the perfect. I'm breaking it down for you. Perfectionism. Perfectionism. Drop the perfectionism. Drop the perfectionism. Okay? Perfectionism is an all or nothing mentality. Something is either perfect or it is a failure. Don't take nothing as a loss. People with perfectism, how should I say it? Perfectionistic tendencies tend to wait until things are perfect in order to proceed. So, if it's not perfect, you cannot be finished. Or if it is not the perfect time, you believe you can't start. This all or nothing mentality can hold you back from starting or completing tasks. Instead, focus on being better than before, better than perfect, okay? This means to still strive for excellence, creating excellence, or setting yourself up with excellent conditions. But at the same time, you focus on getting the job done. Okay? Make some day today. Follow these steps to get started on your project and be proud of every bit of progress you make. Be proud every time you take a breath, every time that you can hear, every time that you can see, every time that you can touch, every time that you can walk, every time that you can reach, every time that you can breathe, every time that you can eat, every time that you can drink, every time you can smell, every time you can take a bath, every time you can comb your hair. Be appreciative of the small things, and you'll see it's so many that something outside of that is just one little thing that cannot overbalance what God has already given us. Okay? With that being stated, family,